To delve deeper into this matter, I had a conversation with former Director General of Police of Uttar Pradesh, Vikram Singh. During the discussion, he not only highlighted the root causes of targeted killings in Jammu and Kashmir, but also offered his insights on potential solutions to be taken by Government of India and the Jammu and Kashmir administration to address the issue of targeted killings. Let's take a look. So there has been a surge in targeted attacks of security personnel and non-local laborers in Jammu and Kashmir. Like recently we witnessed 2 security personnel have been injured and 1 non-local has been killed in a targeted attack. So sir, what do you think? What are the root causes behind these targeted attacks?
Shivangi, on expected lines and totally on predictable lines too. The 2 police officers were gunned down in the most cowardly manner in their homes. One officer was playing cricket and the other was absolutely doing nothing. He was probably on leave also. Mukesh, resident of Unnao, Uttar Pradesh, was going to send money to his wife before the Karwa Chauth festival. Again, a very cowardly attack and gunned down. Killing of civilians, whether in Israel or Kashmir or anywhere, is the easiest things to do, and vermin and small-time criminals can do it also. There's no bravado about it. And when you start killing civilians, the grassroots workers like Sarpanch and Pradhans, and also non-Muslim migrant labor, the indications are very clear that you are desperate. Desperate for what? To create a divide in the state and also give a message that militancy is alive. The ground reality is that militancy is almost finished. 178 encounters, of which there are more than 40 foreigners in that. Recovery of sophisticated weapons and arms and ammunition goes to show that a befitting reply has been given.
Okay. So, following this question, I have this: do you really believe that Indian security forces are countering Pakistan for its actions in Kashmir Valley?
2 ceasefire violations in recent targeted killings of civilians and non-Muslim migrant workers. The village people, the grassroots workers, goes to indicate the desperation. Of course, the security personnel have done a wonderful job, the like of which I have not seen in my lifetime. Unprecedented work has been done in neutralizing, collecting actionable intelligence, sharing of intelligence, area domination, and yes, not only that, when it comes to community policing experiments, they have done a wonderful job in promoting jobs, in also giving the helping hand, giving coaching to those who are aspiring for services, and yes, also giving a helping hand and preventing radicalization. That of course is a wonderful thing, and I feel that it is almost at the level where terrorism is breathing its last. It already went into the ICU the moment there was abrogation of Article 370. They all went to the ICU because this terrorism on the face value looks like terrorism, but it was a business model for some vested interest and some special interest groups. They are dying out. Now, since hundreds and thousands of crores of a business model is about to die, there is bound to be some ripple, some opposition in some quarters, and that is where the problem arises. This is like Charage Seher Hoon Ab Bujha Chahta Hoon, the last attempt of a dying person to get up, but a person who has been in the ICU for so many months, it is absolutely impossible to even think of running for a marathon. Those days are over. Khalil Khan ke faakte udane ke zamane chale gaye.
So, what do you think? What can be the motives of these perpetrators behind these killings and attacks?
As simple, it's a very obvious thing to understand. It's not rocket science. The killing of these civilians is to drive a message and give a communal divide. The non-Muslim migrants, the grassroots workers, and unfortunately 5,500 Kashmiri Pandits migrated also because out of terror and fear. But the government intervened swiftly and gave the protection, and the rest is history. So why they do it is to give a message to the world and to the sponsors, because they get money from the sponsor, that we are still alive, kicking, and we are in the reckoning. But see the ground reality. They are not in the reckoning. It is so easy to arm, infiltrate weapons, and through the drone incursions, you can indeed infiltrate drugs, weapons, arms and ammunition, walkie-talkies. but that also has been contained to a very great measure. The intelligence is at a different level, but the message was that we are in the reckoning. Look where they were in 1990s, look where they were in the early 2010s, and look where they are now. The last 2 years have seen the death knell of most of the leading terrorists are now no longer active. They have been neutralized. The second liners have been neutralized. The fresh entrants, as the security professional said, that of the almost 80 that joined the ranks, 60 have been accounted for. And that is some cause of satisfaction, that where as the new entrants were in 3 figures, now they're barely in 2 figures. The area domination, actionable intelligence, that intelligence is now forthcoming and is coming spontaneously, also is a matter of satisfaction. Initially, intelligence was not forthcoming. It was some task getting the intelligence. But now, I visited Kashmir very recently, and I was so happy to know the cooperation and the coordination between the common people and the law enforcement agencies, the administration and the common people. That is the success story after the abrogation of Article 370, and that, of course, speaks volumes that people are forthcoming.
What's your view? What steps should be taken by the government of India and the Jammu and Kashmir administration to prevent these targeted killings from happening?
Terrorism in Kashmir has a long history, and they cannot be just cut and dried or quick fix solutions. The solutions there at Shivangi have to be at a multi-pronged level. Public-police dialogue, government-public dialogue, a communication interface and a communication platform. Never can a government or a police exist or function efficiently in a vacuum. The public confidence is the basic premise and the basic reason and the basic ingredient of any successful administration. So police, government and the people have to be on the same platform. Then identify what is plaguing the youth. Kashmir youth, as you'd be aware, Shivangi, has done so well in sports, in civil services examinations. Wherever they have become, they have reached the top, not only in Kashmir, in the country, but at the universal arena also. So that is the success story. Bring out the talent of the youth, of the people. Give tourism a chance again. Filmmaking a chance in Kashmir. Industrialize Kashmir. And I'm happy to say that malls are coming up in Kashmir. Industrialization has happened. Give jobs to every youngster so that they don't look towards those who want to ensnare them into the dangerous and the illegitimate path of terrorism. The Kashmir youth have everything going their way. Industrialization, job opportunities, education, and there's so many avenues today that are open. And last but not the least, don't allow the malignant influence of radicalization and our failed state neighbors to intervene in our internal affairs. Their propaganda machinery has to be neutralized. That is one part. And any terrorist who comes, as one Maulana of Azad Kashmir said, what Hamas did to Israel, we should do to Kashmir in India. So my reply to that Maulana would be, a general said, not mine, the general said, Maulana, we are waiting for you and your goons and to come to Kashmir. Rest assured, you will be dispatched to the happier world where the 72 hoors are waiting for you. So don't live in a fool's paradise. Don't live in a fool's paradise. Comparison should be between comparables, and don't even think of going in for such a misadventure. There will be disastrous consequences for you, your families and your loved ones.